Hello, this is Tony Hiller from realclimatescience.com and visitech.ai. In this video, I'm going to discuss some things going on with the climate. Here's an article from Forbes magazine from 5 years ago. Bill Gates has apparently been spraying particles into the upper atmosphere in an attempt to change the climate. And fast forward 5 years, the United States has the worst March drought on record. Well over half of the United States is currently experiencing drought. The drought is even worse than the historic drought year of 1934. Utah is experiencing their worst drought on record. Stream flow in the southeastern and mid-Atlantic United States is near or at the lowest levels on record. Lake Powell is losing water very quickly. The lake level has declined 8 feet since the end of January. There's only one usable boat ramp remaining at Lake Powell. And by the time summer comes, it probably won't be usable either. Nearly 6 million people depend on the hydroelectric power generated at Glen Canyon Dam coming out of Lake Powell. But at the current rate which the lake is declining, they may be unable to generate power in about 11 months. The outlook for snowmelt this year is the worst on record. There's very little snow remaining in the west. So there's no reason to believe that Lake Powell won't continue its decline. A lot more water is being taken out of the lake than is flowing into it. I took this picture during April 2023 in the San Juan Mountains near the Colorado-New Mexico border. They are frequently the snowiest mountains in Colorado. But this year they had very little snow, and there's almost none remaining. The lack of snow was one problem, and the record high temperatures was the other. Temperatures at Imperial, Nebraska this year have averaged about 12 degrees above normal. Almost every single day this year has been far above the normal temperature. Nebraska has already had their worst fires on record, and spring has just barely begun. Corpus Christi, Texas is just about to run out of water. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I used to take Rambo and Toto hiking almost every single day in the mountains of North Phoenix. You can see those mountains here in this Google map. This dark line here is the Central Arizona Project. It brings water from the Colorado River to Central Arizona, particularly Phoenix. Now focus your attention at upper left. This is the Taiwan Semiconductor Fab. It wasn't there when I used to go hiking, but now this fab produces the most advanced semiconductors in the world. Both Presidents Biden and Trump have been working to get this fab expanded. They both see it as a national security issue to move Taiwan's technology away from mainland China. But the problem is that fabs use a huge amount of water. And there's a fairly good probability that the Central Arizona Project water is going to get cut off. It's going to be a tough sell to get Taiwan Semiconductor to expand their fab at a place which may be running out of water very quickly. So going back to my original question, Bill Gates has set out to intentionally modify the climate. And now we're having the worst drought on record. I have no idea whether or not this is because of Bill Gates' actions. But the fact that he intentionally set out to alter the climate makes him potentially culpable for any climate changes which have occurred.